Okay, hi boys and girls. I am Faith here. I'm going to help you to prepare for your final examinations. This is O level June 2025. I have this question paper. It's June 2025 paper 1. June 25 Mathematics paper 1. Okay, this is question number 1A. Express 4560 in standard form. Express 4560 in standard form. If you check, this is a 1-mark question. So how to express 4560 in standard form? We know that a number in standard form is given in the form a times 10 to the power n, where a is a number between 1 and 10. N is an integer. Okay, so what is the question now? What is an integer? You all know integers are positive and negative whole numbers. Integers are positive and negative whole numbers. Something like 1 is an integer, 2 is an integer, 3 is an integer, negative 1 is an integer, negative 2 is an integer, negative 3 is an integer. Also 0 is also an integer. Okay. So in order for us to write this number in standard form, so here is the comma, 1, 2, 3. So 4560 is equal to 4.56 times 10 to the power 3. This is the final answer. Okay, let's move on to question number 1B. 1B. It is given that 2 times 10 to the power 3 plus 1 times 10 to the power 1 plus 3 times 10 to the power x plus 5 times 10 to the power y is equal to 2013.05. Okay, so it is given that 2 times 10 to the power 3 plus 1 times 10 to the power 1 plus 3 times 10 to the power x plus 5 times 10 to the power y is equal to 2013.05, where x and y are integers. X and y are integers. Okay? Find the value of x and the value of y. You are supposed to find the value of x and the value of y. If you check, this number is being expressed in what? This is expanded, like we are expanding this number. We are writing this number in powers of 10. We are writing this number in powers of what? In powers of 10. So actually, this is 2 times 10 to the power 3. So this is the weight of 2. These are thousands, right? That's why we are saying 10 to the power 3. Plus, we have this is 0. This is 0 times 10 to the power what? Times 10 to the power 2. Okay. Here, this is 1 times 10 to the power 1, like this. Here, this is 3 times 10 to the power what? To the power 0. So the weight of these are the units. Okay. Now plus, this is 0 times 10 to the power negative 1. This is the 10th. Plus 5 times 10 to the power negative 2, the 100th. So this is the weight of what? Of 5. Okay. So from this thing actually, you can clearly see that x is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, and y is equal to minus 2. So x is equal to 0 and y is equal to minus 2. The only thing, you are supposed to express this number in what? In expanded form. So if you express this number in expanded form, you are going to get this. Okay, now you compare. This is 3 times 10 to the power 0. This is 3 times 10 to the power x. So x is equal to 0. This is 5 times 10 to the power negative 2. This is 5 times 10 to the power y. So y is equal to negative 2. So 1 mark for this value and also 1 mark for this value. 3 marks from question number 1. Let's move on to question number 2. On question number 2, there is a diagram. So this is the diagram. I'm going to draw the diagram. This is M, this is R, this is L, this is N, this is Y degrees, this is 50 degrees, and this is X degrees. Okay, this is Q and this is P. So in the diagram, PLQ is a straight line. Line LM is parallel to line NR. Line LM is parallel to line NR. The line LM bisects angle QLN. So there is an angle which is given. This is QLN. Okay, and this line LM bisects this angle. What is to bisect? To bisect is to divide into 2 equal halves. So from this statement only, if this is 50 degrees, it means this is also 50 degrees. Why am I saying this? Because they are saying line LM bisects angle QLN. What is to bisect? To bisect is to divide into 2 equal halves. NLM is equal to 50. NLM, this angle is equal to 50. PLN is equal to x degrees. Also RNS, this is RNS. RNS is equal to y degrees. Find the angle marked x. You are supposed to find the angle marked x. So this is now simple. This angle is 50 degrees and this angle is 50 degrees and this is the third angle. These 3 angles are on a straight line. It simply means MLQ, this angle, plus this is NLM, plus NLM, okay, plus we also have PLS. PLS is equal to 180 degrees, which is the sum of angles on a straight line. The sum of angles on a straight line is always 180 degrees. So this is 50 degrees plus 50 degrees plus, this is the x is equal to 180 degrees. Okay. Now 50 plus 50, the answer is 100. 100 plus x is equal to 180. Now x is equal to 180. If you bring this 100 to this side, you subtract, right? So 180 subtract 100. What is the answer? The answer is 80 degrees. So the value of x is 80. By doing this, you are going to get 2 marks. Let's move on to, this is part A. Let's move on to B. Find the value of y. Find the value of y. You are supposed to find the value of what? Of y. Actually, this is also simple. Why am I saying this is simple? See, we have what we call Z angles. We have what we call Z angles. Z angles, this is nothing but alternate angles. Alternate angles are also called Z angles. We also have what we call corresponding angles. We have what we call corresponding angles. So if you check, this line line LM is parallel to line NR, okay, and this line is running from LM to NR, this line, right? It means this angle corresponds to this angle, so Y is equal to 50 degrees. So this is the final answer. The value of Y is, that's why it's a 1 mark question. Very simple. You're supposed to reason like this. These are corresponding angles. This angle corresponds to this angle. So if this is 50 degrees, it also means this is 50 degrees. Okay, let's move on to question number 3. Question number 3. The temperature reading in degrees Celsius at noon, the temperature reading in degrees Celsius at noon over Okay, this is question number 3. The temperature reading in degrees Celsius at noon over a period of 6 days were 30 degrees Celsius, 29 X degrees Celsius, 31 degrees Celsius, 30 and 32. The mean temperature for the 6 days was 30.5 degrees Celsius. Calculate the value of X. So you are given the temperatures for the 6 days, and the mean temperature is also given. So you are supposed to find the value of X. So what do? You calculate the mean. This is the simple thing. You just calculate the mean. Now mean is equal to, how to find the mean? You add the temperatures. So this is 30 plus 29 plus X plus 31 plus 30 plus 32. You divide everything by the number of days, 6 days. The mean is given, which is 30.5. So 30.5 is equal to 30 plus 29 plus X plus 31 plus 30 plus 32, everything divided by 6. You use, this is paper 1. You are not supposed to use your calculator, right? So you add 30 plus 21 plus this one. If you say 21 plus 31, this is nothing but 60. 60 plus 30, this is nothing but 90. 90 plus 30, this is 120. 120 plus 32, this is 152. So you have 30.5 is equal to X plus 152 divided by 6. So this is over 1. Right. Now you do cross multiplication. 30.5 into 6. So 30.5 times 6 is equal to X plus 152. Okay. You do the multiplication. 30.5 times 6 like this. 6 times 5, this is 30. 0 carry 3. 6 times 0, this is 0 plus 3. The answer is 3. 6 times 3, this is nothing but 18. 1 comma is there, right? 1 degree is there after the what? 1 value is there after the comma. So you put a comma here. So this is 183 is equal to x plus 152. Here we are. Now you bring 152 to this side. So 183 minus 152 is equal to x. You're supposed to subtract this thing. 183 minus 152. What is the answer? 3 subtract 2. The answer is 1. 8 subtract 5. The answer is 3. 1 subtract 1 is 0. So x, 31 is equal to x. X is equal to 31. This is the value of x. X is equal to 31 given in degrees Celsius. Okay. Let's move on to question number 4. So this is the value of x. Solve the inequality. Solve the inequality. X minus 8 is greater than 4x plus 1. Solve the inequality. X minus 8 is greater than 4x plus 1. So when solving inequalities, you use the same method, the method that you use when you are solving equation, right? Simple equation. You use the same method. Okay. So this is x minus 8 is greater than 4x plus 1, and this is a 2-mark question. The first thing you collect like terms together. Okay. So I'm going to bring this x to this side, and I'm going to bring this one to this side. Okay. This is negative 8. So if you bring this positive 1 to this side, it becomes negative 1. The sign will remain as it is. This is 4x. Okay. This is positive x. And if you bring this positive x to this side, this becomes negative x. Negative 8 minus 1, this is nothing but minus 9, is greater than 4x minus x. This is 3x. Okay. In order for you to find the value of x, right, you are supposed to divide both sides by what? By 3. So this is negative 9 divided by 3 is greater than 3x divided by 3. 3 here 1, 3 here 1, 3 here 1, 3 into 9, this is 3. So negative 3 is greater than x. So you can start by writing this: x is less than negative 3. This is the solution. Let's move on to B. Represent the solution in A on a number line. Represent the solution on in A on a number line. So you are supposed to represent this solution on a number line. So I'm going to draw the number line. This is the number line. So you use a ruler. You use your ruler. This is 0, 1, 2, 3. This is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. And this is negative 4. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. What is this? These are the x values. Likewise, it's going in all directions: negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going like that. This is x is less than negative 3. So you go where there is negative 3 here, you put a 0. So you are not supposed to shade this 0. You put an open circle. If you shade this circle, it means negative 3 is part of the solution. In this case, this negative 3 is not part of the solution. That's why I am writing an open circle. And they are saying x is less than negative 3. We know that all numbers which are on the what, this is the left side of what? The left side of negative 3 are smaller than negative 3. So this is the correct solution. Okay, you put an open circle, then an arrow like this. This means the solution set is negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, going like this. Okay, let's move on to question number 5. Five is saying evaluate. Part A, there is 0.2 times 0.35. This is a 1 mark question. You are supposed to evaluate this thing. This is 0.2 times 0.35. What do? Ignore the commas. So if you ignore the commas, this is nothing but 0.2 times 0.35. 0.2 is nothing but 2. 0.35 is nothing but 35. So 2 into 35. What is the answer? 2 times 35, you get 70. You go back and count how many numbers are there after the comma. 1, 2, 3. So 3 numbers should also be there in your answer after the comma. So 1, 2, I'm going to put a 0 here, then 0. So the answer is 0,070. You can put a comma here. This is 0,2, 0,35. This is the final answer. This is a 1 mark question. Let's move on to B. Part B. This is 1 whole and 2 over 5 divided by 1 whole and 2 over 3. These are mixed fractions. You are supposed to divide these things. The first thing, you convert this mixed fraction into what? Into an improper fraction. So 5 times 1, this is 5 plus 2, you get 7 by 5 divided by, this is 3 times 1, this is 3 plus 2. What is the answer? This is 5 by 3. Now this is 7 by 5, 7 divided by 5. The moment you convert, if you put a multiplication sign here, you are supposed to invert it here. This becomes 3 by 5. 7 times 3, what is the answer? This is 21 divided by 25. You are supposed to check if you can simplify this into the lowest term, but this is already simplified. So this is the final answer. Let's move on to C. Evaluate 5C, the square root of 0,0081. You're supposed to find the square root of this thing. So this is nothing but the square root of 81 divided by the square root of 81 divided by 10,000. If you are supposed to convert this decimal fraction into what? Into this fraction. Like this is 81 divided by 10,000. So this can be further simplified into the square root of 81 divided by the square root of 10,000. So what is the square root of 81? This is nothing but 9. What is the square root of 10,000? This is nothing but 100. So this is the final answer. If you want to give your answer in decimal, no problem. This is 0,09. Okay, you can write this. This is still correct. You can also write this. This is also correct. Let's move on to question number 6. This is question number 6. I'm going to write the question. Alright, this is question number 6. The temperature readings at 9:00 hours and 16:00 hours were -3 degrees Celsius and 18 degrees Celsius respectively. It is assumed that the temperature was rising at a steady rate. It is assumed that the temperature was rising at a steady rate. Find the temperature range. So this is the question. You are supposed to find the temperature range. How to find the temperature range? We know temperature range is equal to the highest temperature recorded during the day, minus the lowest temperature recorded during the day. So the highest temperature recorded during the day is 18 minus the lowest temperature recorded during the day is -3. So this is negative minus 3. Please take note. So it's 18 minus 3. This is where you make mistakes, guys. Please take note. This is 18 minus 3. So this is 18, negative, and negative will give positive. So 18 plus 3, this is equal to 21. So this is the temperature range. So let's move on to question B, 6B. 6B, rate of temperature change per hour. So you are supposed to find the rate of temperature change per hour. So the temperature range you have, the temperature range we got 21 degrees Celsius. This is the temperature range. Now you are supposed to find the rate of temperature change per hour. So you are supposed to find the number of hours between 9. This is 9 morning and 4 p.m. right? This is 9 in the morning and this is 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So you are supposed to find the number of hours between these values. So now how to find the number of hours? So number of hours is equal to 1600 minus 900. This is 00. 16 subtract 9. This is 7, right? Yes. 1. So we have 7 hours. Now the rate of temperature change is given by the temperature range divided by the number of hours. So the temperature change is 21 divided by the number of hours, which is 7. What is the final answer? The final answer is 3 degrees Celsius per hour. So this is the rate of temperature change per hour, which is 3 degrees Celsius per hour. Let's move on to question C. What is the temperature at 1300? Find the temperature at 1300. You are supposed to find the temperature at 1300. This is 1 o'clock in the what? In the afternoon. So what do? You calculate the number of hours between this 9 o'clock and what? And 13. So number of hours is equal to 1300 minus 900. Okay, so minus 900. So what is the answer here? This is 4 hours. So 4 hours are there between 9 o'clock and what? And 1 o'clock. What is the temperature change per hour? This is 3. So in order for you to find the temperature at 1, right, you are supposed to multiply this temperature change per hour by this. So now the temperature at 1300 is equal to 4 hours, number of hours times the temperature change, which is equal to 12 degrees Celsius. So this is the temperature at 1 o'clock, 12 degrees Celsius. Okay, 4 into 3, which is 12 degrees Celsius. Let's move on to question number 7. Let's move on to question number 7. round off, so this is 7a, round off 148,32 to the nearest 10. You are supposed to round off this number to the nearest 10. If you check, these are the units: 10th, 100th. This is the 10th. This is the 100th, right? 100th. Now you are supposed to round this number to the nearest 10. So if you want to round this number to the nearest 10, you look at the what? At the unit. This number is greater than 5. If it is greater than 5, what do? You add 1 to this number. So the answer is 150. So if you round off this number to the nearest 10, the final answer is 150. Let's move on to B. Question B is saying estimate. You are supposed to estimate 179,35 times 0,0496 by expressing 179,35 and 0,0496 to one significant figure. You are supposed to estimate the value of this question. You are supposed to estimate the answer for this question by expressing this and this to one significant figure. So the first part, 179,35 to 1 SL, it simply means to one significant figure. If you express this number to one significant figure, what is the answer? 1. You check if this number is greater than or less than 5. This is greater than 5, so you add 1 here, it becomes 200. So this to one significant figure, the answer is 200. Now let's express this. This is 0,0496 to one significant figure. You're supposed to express this value to what? To one significant figure. If you want to express this number to one significant figure, you start counting from the non-zero digit. So you ignore these zeros and you start here. So this is 1. You check if this number is greater than or less than 5. This is greater than 5. If it is greater than 5, you add 1 here. So the answer is 0,05. Okay. Now what do? You multiply 200 times 0,05. So if you multiply 200 and 0,05, what is the answer? You ignore these zeros. It's something like 200 times 5. 200 times 5. So 5 times 0, this is 0. 5 times 0, this is 0. 5 times 2, this is 10. Now how many values are there after the comma? 1, 2. So 1, 2, you put a comma here. So the final answer is 10. This is a 3-mark question. So you're supposed to pay attention, especially you're supposed to convert this. You're supposed to do this stage correctly. Convert 179.35 to one significant figure. This is the value. You're also supposed to convert this one to one significant figure. This is the value. Now you do the correct calculation in the correct answer. Then you get another mark. This is very important. Let's move on to question number 8. It's saying a solid cuboid measures 5 centimeter by 2 centimeter by x centimeter. Question A. Form an expression in terms of x for the total surface area of the cuboid. Okay. So this is the question. A solid cuboid measures 5 cm by 2 cm by x centimeter. Form an expression in terms of x for the total surface area of the cuboid. So what are you supposed to do? You can make a sketch of the what of the cuboid. You can make a sketch of this what of this shape. Okay, so I'm going to make a sketch of this thing. My drawing is not good. I'm drawing this thing so that you can see, right? So this is the cuboid. So I'm going to say the length is 5 centimeters. Okay, this is my length 5 centimeters, and this is my width. I'm going to say this side is 2 centimeters, and I'm going to say my height, this is nothing but x centimeter. Now if you want to find the total surface area, okay, we have this face. From here to here the width is 2 and the height is what is x. So now you say what is the area of this thing? It's length times this height, so it's 2 times x. And how many faces do you have? You have this face and the back, the other face which is behind this what? This face, the face which is at the back. So you have 2 what? Faces. Plus here, this is the length which is 5 and this is the height which is what? Which is x. So this is 5 times x. 5 times x will give you the area of this face. But you also have the opposite of this face which is exactly the same as this one. So how many faces do you have? You have 2. Here you have the base. This is 2 and this is 5. So 2 times 5. And how many faces? You have the base and you have the top. The bottom and the what and the top, right? So there are 2, right? So this is 2 into 2 times x. This is 2x plus 2. 5 times x. This is 5x plus 2. 2 times 5. This is 10. 2 times 2x. This is 4x. 2 times 5x. This is 10x plus 20. 4 plus 10. This is 14x plus 20. So this is the total surface area of the cuboid in terms of x. 14x plus 20 is the final answer. Now let's move on to B. The total surface area of the cuboid is 62 square centimeters. The total surface area, this is B. I'm going to erase this. This is B. The total surface area of the cuboid is 62 square centimeters. Now form an equation in x. You are supposed to form an equation in x. Form an equation in x. This is a 1-mark question. This is a 1-mark question. This is the total surface area of the cuboid in terms of x. We got this expression in the previous part of this question. Now they are saying the total surface area is given. This is the numerical value of the total surface area. Now they are supposed to form an equation. The equation is nothing but 14x plus 20 is equal to 62. 14x plus 20 is equal to 62. Which can be further reduced. You can further reduce this equation into, you can divide the whole equation by 2. This will give you 7x plus 10 plus, is equal to 31. This is 7x plus 10 is equal to 31. If you divide here by 2, divide here by 2, divide here by 2, this will be the final equation. But even if you leave it like this, no problem. Marks will be given for this. Let's move on to question. This is part number 2. So this is part 1. This is part number 2 of B. Solve the equation in B part I. Solve the equation in B part I to find the value of what? Of x. Now, in order for you to find the value of x, 7x is here, is equal to 31. You bring this 10 to this side. So this is minus 10. So 7x is equal to 31 subtract 10. What is the answer? 21. In order for you to find the value of x, you divide both sides by what? By 7. So what is the value of x from here to here? Now what is the value of x? X is equal to 3. X is equal to 3. So this is the final value of x. Let's move on to question number 9. Okay. A solid object has a mass of 300 kilograms and a volume of 2 cubic meter. Calculate the density of the object. Calculate the density of the object. This is a 2-mark question. So a solid object has a mass of 300 kilograms and a volume of this one. You're supposed to calculate the density. There is no way you can solve this question if you don't know the formula to calculate the density. So density is equal to mass over volume. Density is equal to mass over volume. The mass is given, which is 300, over the volume is 2. So what is the answer? This is 150 kilogram per cubic meter. This is the units are important. This mass is in kilogram divided by this is in cubic meters. That's why I'm giving my answer as 150 kilogram per cubic meter. So this is the density of the solid object. Let's move on to B. Question B. A solid object has a mass of. Now a solid object has a mass of 300 kilogram and a volume of 2 cubic meter. Calculate the volume of a similar object given that its mass is 975 kilogram. So you are supposed to calculate the volume of a similar object given that its mass is 975 kilogram. Okay. If you check, a solid object has a mass of 300 and a volume of 2 cubic meter. So you are given the mass and you are also given the volume. Again, using this first statement, you can calculate the density, which is nothing but 150 kilogram per cubic meter. So this is the density. We calculated this value in the previous question, in the previous part of this question. This is 9A, right? The density is 150 kilogram per cubic meter. But they are taking the same question onto what? Onto part B. Now calculate the volume of a similar object given that. So you are supposed to calculate the volume. 150 kilogram is equal to 1 cubic meter. What about 975 kilogram? This is equal to less. So this is equal to more. If more, bigger number on top, then smaller number down. So this is 975 divided by 150 into 1. What is the answer? The answer is 6.5 cubic meter. So this is the volume of the similar object whose mass is 975 kilograms. to the power 3. Yes. Let's move on to question number 10. Let's move on to question number 10. The graph is given. This is y and this is x. Okay. And this is 0. The diagram is a sketch of y is equal to x squared plus x minus 12. So the diagram is a sketch of y is equal to x squared plus x minus 12. If you check, this is a quadratic function. The graph cuts the y-axis at 0k. So the graph cuts the y-axis at 0k. It crosses the x-axis at L and M. It crosses the x-axis at L and M. 10a, write down the value of k. Write down the value of k. So they are saying the graph cuts the y-axis at 0k. So you are supposed to find the coordinates at this point, right? You're supposed to find the value of what? Of k. So where the graph cuts the y-axis, we know that x is equal to what? To 0, right? Where the graph cuts the y-axis here, the graph is cutting the y-axis, the value of x is what? Is 0. So you go into the function y is equal to, and you place a 0 where there is x. So this is 0 to the power 2 plus 0 minus 12. This is 0 plus 0. This is nothing but 0 minus 12. The answer is negative 12. So the value of k is nothing but minus 12. This is the correct value of k. Let's move on to part B. Find the length of LM. You are supposed to find the length of LM. In order for you to find the length of LM, you are supposed to find the coordinates of L, and you are also supposed to find the coordinates of M. So in order for you to find the coordinates of L and M, what are you supposed to do? You place, you substitute for y by what? By 0. Because where the graph cuts the x-axis, y is equal to 0. So 0 is equal to x squared plus x minus 12. Let's solve this. You can write it as like this, plus x minus 12 is equal to 0. This is the same thing. You can take this, you write it on the what? On the left hand side, and this on the right hand side. Now, this is, let's factorize. This is x, this is x. You are supposed to look for two numbers. If you multiply the two numbers, you are supposed to get a 12. And if you add the two numbers, you are supposed to get 1. Okay. So what are the numbers? 4 and 3, right? 4 here and 3 here. Okay. Here is a positive, so here you are supposed to write a positive, and here you are supposed to write a negative. X times x, you are going to get this x squared. A minus and a positive. Minus times a plus is a minus. 3 times 4, you are going to get a 12. Minus 3 plus 4, you are going to get a what? Plus 1. So either x minus 3 is equal to 0, or x plus 4 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 3, or x is equal to minus 4. So actually here, the coordinates of L, this is negative 4, 0. The value of y is 0. And the coordinates of M, this is 3, 0. Now you are supposed to find the length The question is asking you to find the length of LM. So how to find the length now? So the length of LM is given by the square root of -4, right, minus 3. Okay, then you square plus 0 minus 0, you square. You want to find the length. This is the length. You use the formula that your teachers gave you, right? This is -4 minus what? Minus 3 plus 0 subtract 0, you square here like this. So this is the square root of -4 minus 3. What is the answer? This is -7 to the power 2. This is 49 plus 0 subtract 0. It is 0 to the power 2. This is 0. So this is the square root of 49. The square root of 49 is 7. So the length is nothing but 7 units. This is the length. 7 units. Okay. Let's move on to question number 11. Question number 11. Okay, y is directly proportional to the square root of x, part A, given that x is equal to 8 and y is equal to 16. Find the formula connecting x and what? And y. Find the formula connecting x and what? And y. Okay, this is the question. If you check, this is variation. Likewise, we have different types of variation. We have direct variation. We have inverse variation. We also have joint variation. We also have what we call partial variation. I'm going to upload a video explaining all these things. What is direct variation, inverse variation, joint variation, partial variation, in case maybe you didn't understand these concepts when they were taught in your school. Okay, so they are saying y is directly proportional. So this is direct variation. So y is directly proportional to the square root of x. So y is directly proportional to the square root of what? Of x. So this statement mathematically is given like this. Y is directly proportional to the square root of what? Of x. It is given that, part A, it is given that x is equal to 8 and y is equal to 16. Find the formula connecting x and y. So you are supposed to remove this proportionality symbol. The moment you remove this proportionality symbol, you introduce the constant of proportionality. So y is equal to k square root of x. So if you check, this equation is connecting y, k, and x. But they are saying you are supposed to write the formula connecting x and y. So we are supposed to find the numerical value of what? Of k. Y is 16 is equal to k root. What is the value of x? If y is 16, x is equal to 8. In order for you to find the value of k, you divide both sides by what? By root 8. So I'm going to divide here by root 8. I'm going to divide here by root 8. Okay, this can be further simplified. This can be further simplified. How? You rationalize. Okay, you multiply by root 8 divided by root 8. So the answer here is 16 root 8 divided by root 8 times root 8. What is the answer? This is 8. Okay, this is 8, 1, 8 into 16. This is what? This is 2. Root of 8 can be further simplified. See, root of 8 is equal to the square root of 4 times what? 2. 4 times 2 is nothing but 8. Okay, Now the square root of 4 is 2 into root 2. So if you simplify root 8, this is the final answer. So here I'm going to simplify this root 8. So k is equal, already I have these 2 times. If you simplify root 8, you are going to get 2 root 2. So what is the value of k? 2 times 2, this is nothing but 4 root 2. So what is the formula now? Therefore, y is equal to 4 root 2 into root x. So this is the formula connecting y and x. It's y is equal to 4 root 2 root of x. Let's move on to b. Find the value of x. You are supposed to find the value of x when y is equal to 12. Okay, I'm going to erase this part. B. Find the value of x when y is equal to 12. So you substitute. Y is 12 is equal to 4 root 2 into root of what? Root of x. We are supposed to make this be the subject of the formula. Okay, so now this is 12. You divide both sides by 4 root 2. Why? We want to leave x alone. Okay, so 12 divided by 4 root 2 is equal to root x. Here we are. Now 4 here, 1. 4 here, this is 3. Okay, so this is 3 root 2. This is 3 divided by root 2 is equal to root x. 3 divided by root 2 is equal to root x. Okay, now you can rationalize this side. You can rationalize this side. 3 by root 2 into root 2 by root 2 is equal to root x. Okay, this is nothing but 3 root what? 3 root 2. Okay, this is nothing but 3 root 2 divided by 2 is equal to root x. Here we are. I'm going to erase this part. So this is 3 root 2 divided by 2 is equal to, this is the square root of x. The square root of x is nothing but x to the power of half. From the laws of indices, this is what we know. The square root of x is nothing but x to the power of half. Now, you want to get rid of this half. How? You square this side. Okay, the moment you square this side, you also square this side. So if you square this side, what is the meaning of this? A number is raised to a power and also raised to another power. A number is raised to this power and also raised to another power. So the result is that number raised to the product of the two powers. So this is 2 by 1, 2 here, 1, 2 here, 1. So you remain with x here. So x is equal to, what is the meaning of this? It means 3 root 2 by 2 is multiplying itself twice, right? 2 times, like this. This is the meaning of this. Okay, this is equivalent to this. So now x is equal to 3 times 3, this is 9 times root of 2 times root of 2. What is the answer? This is nothing but 2 divided by 2 times 2. This is nothing but 4. Okay. Now 2 here, 1, 2 here is 2. So x is equal to 9 divided by 2, which is equal to 4 whole and a half. This is the final answer. 4 wholes and what? And a half. X is equal to 9 divided by 2, which is 4 wholes and what? And a half. Let's move on to question number 12 and take a break. This is 12A. Evaluate part I 1 by 3 to the power negative 2. So this is a 1 mark question. So if you check, this question is coming from the laws of indices. This is law number 4. When a number is raised to a negative power, when a number is raised to a negative power, the result is 1 divided by that number raised to a positive power. Okay, if you check, 1 divided by 3 is raised to the power negative 2. So what is the answer? 1 divided by 3 is raised to the power negative 2. The result is 1 over that number raised to the positive power. This is no longer negative 2, but it is now positive 2, which is equal to 1 by 1 over 3 to the power 2. It means 1 by 3 times 1 by 3. Okay, then from here, what is the meaning of this? This is 1 by 1 times 1. This is 1 divided by 3 times 3. What is the answer? It's 9. Okay, so 1 divided by 1 by 9. What is the answer? The final answer is 9. Okay, don't get confused. Why am I saying the final answer is 9? This is 1, okay, divided by what? Divided by 1 by 9. If it is 1, the same as 1 divided by 1. So you can write this like 1 divided by 1 times 9 divided by 1, which is equal to 9 divided by 1, which is 9. So this is the final answer. Let's move on to part number 2. Evaluate part number 2. 4 to the power 2 plus 4 to the power 0. This is law number 3. Any number raised to the power 0, any number raised to the power 0, the result is what? The result is 1. Okay. So this is 4 to the power 2 plus 4 to the power 0. 4 to the power 2, it simply means 4 times 4 plus. Any number raised to the power 0, the answer is 1. 4 times 4, what is the answer? 16. 16 plus 1, what is the answer? This is nothing but 17. Okay. This is 17. Let's move on to part B, 12B. 12B. This is 12B. Solve the equation. Solve the equation. Solve the equation. 5. This is 5 to the power a. 5 to the power a minus 1 is equal to 125. So what is to solve an equation? To solve an equation is to find the value of the unknown. To solve an equation is to find the value of the unknown. In this case, the unknown is a. In this case, a. So they are asking you to find the value of a. Okay. See, this 125 can be expressed as 5 to the power something, right? So this is 5 to the power a subtract 1 is equal to 5 to the power 3. If you say 5 times 5 times 5, what is the answer? This is nothing but 125. That's why I'm saying this left-hand side is equal to 5 to the power 3. Okay. Since this left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side, this is 5 to the power something is equal to 5 to the power something. It implies that the powers are also equal. So a minus 1 is equal to 3. What is the value of a now? A is equal to 3 plus 1. If you take this negative 1 to this side, it becomes positive 1. So the value of a is what? Is 4. Okay, boys and girls, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.